Hello Dicers, my dream chasers. Welcome back to Dice Decides. So, in this video, I thought we'd talk about time. What is time? When you ask someone, not, hey, what time is it? No. You ask them with the big, no. What is time? When you ask people that question, you might get some weird reactions. I haven't really explored this myself. I mean, I know what time is. I mean, everyone would say time is, the clock is ticking time away, like it's the moments in life. Is that what people call it? Like moments passing in life? What is time? let's just, this video is just exploring this topic. What is time? I feel like it's an ancient question, but everyone deals with time. And so, what is time? What would you say? What would you say? I don't even know what I would say. What is time? Time to me is whatever it is we are passing through. How do you explain this? Whatever. Time is movement tracked with other movement? Compared to other movement? It's like, okay, so what is 1 second? Boom. What just happened there? What was that? What is 1 second? It's a passing of what? We usually use clocks, but it goes deeper than that. It's like it's the concept time means like infinite instances, right? But what's those instances? What do we consider an instance? If you would like fundamentalize time, what's a time instance? Is that like the lowest amount of vibration you could measure? Is that what time is? The lowest amount you can measure. What is the lowest amount we can measure? It's probably like on the quantum level, I think. But if our tech gets good enough and we can measure even smaller and smaller amounts, then we can see we found another infinity. And then we don't need to keep measuring, right? Because there's always smaller instances of time we could discover by getting better at measuring the vibrations of the molecules and atoms, and even smaller, whatever we can measure. It gets better. It's just an infinite search for like measurement, which is fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But what is time? You can't just like answer that fundamental question. I mean, you can, but like, I don't know how long that's gonna. Well, you can't because it's an infinite like territory to explore, you could say. Because the measurement of say a clock like ticking is completely different than the measurement of our planet orbiting. Like we measure a whole day, we see the sun in the same spot again. I mean, you could kind of draw that like a clock, like the sun going in a circle, which is kind of what it is just the Earth spinning on its own axis. So yeah, we're just spinning a lot. We're spinning. Yeah, it's interesting, Thanks. I wasn't gonna use filler words like all these things, but speak my meaning out. And if I have to think, I will pause without words. Yes, no filler words needed. You can just pause. This should be a good test. How long are you comfortable with just like pausing mid-sentence? Like if you're talking to someone. So I've heard a nice story about the other guy will probably say about, then you're like, yeah, about Mary Little Lamb and stuff like that. That story. And the other person's like, bro, that took you so long to think. And you're like, jeez. I mean, that's one of the things that could happen, but who knows? Life is interesting. Many things I'm still using filler words. It's just bothering me. But time is interesting because we're measuring different things. That's why time is interesting. I think I found the root of it, why we use time so much and just find it fascinating like I do. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. You know what? I mean, I've seen videos about it, about time, but like, I don't think people normally talk about this. What is time? They just want to know what time it is so they can go to bed and wake up for their work or whatever they're doing in life. I don't know. But like, I'm still saying filler words. Stop. I just go on a rant, clearly. We can manage. So, what is time? What do I think? Well, what have I said? Time is measurement of movement of specific things that are different. It's a weird definition, I know. Kind of hard to quote. How else would you word this? Time is different measurements of movement. I don't think I can squeeze that anymore. But it's probably like a cool formula. Like you could do like E equals MC time squared or something. I'm sure someone else could figure it out, but that's what I think. Time is different measurements of movement. Movement. Movement through space. That's why it's called space-time. Because that's our reality. That's all it is. We're in space and time. So time is so what is measurement? Since it's measurement of specific movements, we have to decode words to understand the full meaning of what is time. I didn't realize this rabbit hole was so deep. I'm just trying to figure this time out, the time thing out. I'm sure it's possible. I can't. So we're starting with time is, and then first word we're decoding is measurement. So we're decoding measurement. What does it mean to measure something? We're measuring by tracking, I'm just saying synonyms. We're tracking instances? We're measuring instances. It's the same thing. I didn't say anything deeper. We're measuring we're tracking like clock tracks instances. I mean, we have numbered different positions of the finger. And so in different positions, you could say it's different instances. So that's all time is. But does it have to be measured? Time can exist without measurement. Right? Or not? If you're not measuring, there's no time. I didn't realize how deep this was gonna get. Well, you could say time does pass if you're not measuring it. If time is passing and you don't measure it, it's still time. Okay, so measurement is not there. So time is movement? Yeah, I think it's that simple. Time is just movement. Wasn't worse than that. Time is movement. Collected movement. I mean, the reality of our percepted time, it's how the sun moves in the sky, even though I know we're not flying around the sun. Or the sun is not flying around us, but we're flying around the sun. It's just our orbit. But, I still said but. Anyway. Right. Time is a deep topic, as you've noticed. And it's nothing more than movement, apparently. What's moving? Atoms? Quarks? Photons? Why are they moving? Why is light, the visible light, so narrow on the spectrum? Why is the whole light area invisible? Why are we so blind to reality? Can someone tell me this? We are blind. If you look at the spectrum, look at this. That's all we see. Why is that the only frequencies we see? Because the others would just burn our eyes, but like, aren't those, I guess those aren't necessary to see? It's not necessary to see the gamma rays and the UV rays, all those higher ones, higher frequencies. Our eyes didn't develop to see those, and not the lower ones either. Microwaves, no one cares, it's not important. I guess we don't need to see what the radio waves look like. That'd be kind of weird. Imagine seeing radio waves. Would that look like a kind of like a gas field? It's hard to imagine these things. But doesn't radio penetrate pretty much everything? It would look weird. Maybe one day someone can develop radio glasses, or maybe that's already a thing. Probably a thing. Most likely that's already a thing. But I don't know too much about that. But anyway, we're just talking about time. Was that off topic? I think so. What is time? When you look at your watch, you're just seeing either numbers change if you have a digital watch, or a pointer, either the hour pointer or the minute pointer or the seconds pointer, which is really fast, so you gotta track it very precisely and very quickly. Why would you ever need a seconds counter? Some clocks have that. I mean, I don't even wear a watch. I don't need a watch, I don't need to check time so often, but we have developed a second counter. Is time really that important that we have to be on the second, on the very second? Something's gonna happen. Something, either the class starts, okay, get ready everyone, get your books out. Today, we're reading about time because so many people didn't know that we have to track it to the second. It's so important. How time is so important to us. We have to track it every second. Okay? I don't know if it's 4:43 p.m. or 4:65 p.m., let alone the seconds. I don't even know the minutes. I don't even know the hour right now. And it's not that important. It's important if you have a schedule, something you have to do, but it's really not that important, especially a second. I mean, no one cares if you're a minute too late. You're a bit, I feel like you're crossing the line if you care about a minute. If that matters to your life, it's hours. And minutes. I mean, I prefer to have minutes, but if someone doesn't have seconds and miss the wrong minute, that's what I mean, then it's not necessary. So we don't really need the second counter. And I mean, a lot of clocks don't have the second counter. And so, as you can see, time is a very nuanced subject. I mean, there's a lot of different clocks. There's a lot of different digital ones that track even milliseconds and decaseconds, oxoseconds, whatever. I don't even know those Latin names? Greek? Sumerian? I don't know those other words, but basically time is movement. That's what I've concluded, and that's how I'm ending this video. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to gently tap on that like button, ring that bell so you don't miss an upload through time and space. And I will see you next time. I said it in the outro!